This is TechCrunch. OpenAI is in talks to raise up to $100 billion in a funding round that could value the ChatGPT maker at up to $830 billion. That's according to a Wall Street Journal report on Thursday, which cited anonymous sources. The company is aiming to raise the funding by the end of the calendar first quarter next year, and it may ask sovereign wealth funds to invest in the round. The information first reported news of the deal, though it said the fundraise would land OpenAI a $750 billion price tag. The funding would come as OpenAI commits to spend trillions of dollars and strikes deals around the world as the company tries to stay ahead in the race to develop AI technology. The cash injection would also help the company with its spending on inferencing, which seems to be funded more by cash than cloud credits, suggesting the company's compute costs have grown beyond what partnerships and credits can subsidize. And as competition intensifies from rivals like Anthropic and Google, OpenAI has had to step on the gas to release new models and expand its presence in the developer and tooling ecosystem. Meanwhile, broader sentiment around AI has recently cooled as investors started doubting whether the pace of debt-fueled investment by giants like Amazon, Microsoft, Oracle, and OpenAI itself can be maintained in the long run. It also does not help that the production of chips is being constrained by shortages in the supply of memory chips, which threatens to affect the broader tech sector. OpenAI has also been rumored to be working on an IPO as a way to raise tens of billions and fund its development efforts, which are currently said to be generating annual run rate revenue of about $20 billion. There are also rumors that the company is courting Amazon for a $10 billion investment that would also give the AI lab access to the tech giant's new AI computing chips. If the fundraise happens, it would add a substantial amount to OpenAI's coffers, which currently have more than $64 billion. That's according to PitchBook data. The company was most recently valued at about $500 billion in a secondary transaction. Krafton, the South Korean gaming company behind hit titles such as PUBG and Battlegrounds Mobile India, is launching a growth investment fund focused on India, stepping up its push into the world's largest internet user base. Called the Unicorn Growth Fund, the investment vehicle is a collaboration between Krafton and South Korean internet conglomerate Naver and investor Mirae Asset. It aims to deploy up to $669 million over 4 years, and the fund will be managed by Mirae Asset Venture India, and it's expected to be established in January and begin operations with an initial size of more than $334 million. Krafton will contribute about $137 million at the first close. Naver's capital commitment is expected to be broadly comparable to Krafton's $137 million investment. A Krafton spokesperson told TechCrunch that Naver's capital commitment is expected to be broadly comparable to Krafton's $137 million investment. The fund will not operate with rigid country allocation thresholds, and typical investment sizes are expected to range anywhere between $10 to $30 million. Krafton said investments through the new fund would primarily be treated as financial positions rather than strategic bets, though the level of engagement with portfolio companies could vary depending on the opportunity and long-term potential of each business. Now, to date, Krafton has invested more than $200 million in India, backing companies in the gaming, content, and fintech spaces. Recent investments include fintech Cashfree and venture fund IMM investment, alongside earlier bets on gaming and content platforms such as Nodwin Gaming, Loco, and Cuckoo FM. The company also launched a gaming incubator in India in 2023 and acquired a controlling stake in Indian gaming studio Nautilus Mobile for $14 million earlier this year. Krafton's expansion in India has not been without setbacks, though. New Delhi banned BGMI, the company's flagship local title, in 2022 before allowing it to return the next year following a 3-month trial approval. Krafton subsequently announced a $150 million investment commitment in the country. BGMI, which has surpassed 240 million downloads, launched in 2021 as a revamped localized version of PUBG Mobile, another popular title that was banned by the Indian government in mid-2020 over national security concerns. Since then, Krafton has made a series of operational changes in the country, including cutting ties with Tencent as its publisher and migrating its India servers to Microsoft's Azure cloud to address regulatory concerns. With the new fund, Krafton is looking to extend its India strategy beyond gaming, channeling capital into a wider set of technology startups as it seeks to build a long-term presence in one of Asia's fastest-growing digital markets. That's it from TechCrunch. For more stories like this one, go to TechCrunch.com.